Hello and welcome. It is 9 o'clock. It is Sunday. It is the 27th day of June 2021. I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM, recovering from the surgery from Thursday and still feeling less than 100%, but that's to be expected. How are you all feeling? So, content warning. We're going to be talking about these guys again because, God, I swear, this story just writes itself. I guess TSR is this month's Ravenloft. I'm going to be talking about this again, so if that's something that upsets you, please just continue to watch. Remember, my content is not appropriate for anyone, especially you, Steve. Okay, so TSR point 3 is in the news again today, and the follow-up of the story yesterday about the whole copyright and who knows what name and whatever. There's some new controversy regarding the people at TSR 3. Apparently, Gary Gygax came forward and said some less than politically correct things about American Indians and acquisition of land and how Wizards of the Coast treated them, and just very interesting that he chose that imagery to make his point of all the possible images he could make. It's almost as if he was either trying to be as controversially as he possibly could, or he's just dumb. Because it's just like, dude, you're either really stupid or you're very clever. And recently, my fellow vlogger, Grim Jim, posted a vlog where he's like, I don't understand. I tried, and I just don't understand. And here's the thing. It's not even, I think it'll be a week today. And we have, two camps? We have the pro-TSR camp. We have the anti-TSR camp. We have the camp who's angry at the people for being angry at TSR, and then we just sort of have the lunatics. And they're all just waving their flags and lighting their torches and just screaming off into the night about what TSR did to offend them, or what the people who are supporting TSR did to offend them, or what the people who are lambasting TSR did to offend them, and just everybody's offended. It's like literally, this shit writes itself, guys. I don't have to say anything. And apparently there's still people who do not understand why. I gotta say, I knew, the second I read this a week ago, I knew there would just be a cataclysm of just Twitter nonsense on both sides of the fence. Maybe I didn't expect it to be as ridiculous as it has become, but I knew it was going to be ridiculous. Anyway, you have this latest ridiculousness, and you look at what Mr. Gygax said, and it's like, okay, you either said that on purpose because you knew it would incite a response, or you really are stupid. Because that is definitely the kind of statement that's going to get a response. I mean, people are not going to look at that and go, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, they're like, you what? You said what? Yo, mama. Oh, no, you didn't. And yeah, so here's the thing. And I think I posed this question earlier this week. Either the TSR people had to know there was going to be responses like this, and in fact, they're milking the responses because, let's face it, these responses, whether positive or negative, are getting that word, that company, in people's mind. People are now talking about TSR. So it doesn't matter if it's positive press or negative press, it's press. People are responding. The name is getting out there. People are aware that there's newsworthy stuff going on. So somebody had to know that if they chose to use this name for their company, it would incite some kind of response. Because they could have gotten the name and not called the company TSR. Because apparently the Gygax name is also available. And there's plenty of other names. I mean, you could call it Mordekainen Games, or, I don't know, We Play Games, or, I don't know, Roll for Socks. I mean, there's a million other names, but they're just TSR means a lot of things to a lot of people. So you either got to think they knew, or you got to think, did they really have absolutely no idea what was going to happen when they chose this name? Because they, You didn't have to use this name. You got the copyright, but you didn't have to use it. You could have just held onto the copyright for the sake of holding onto the copyright. So nobody else could, but Captain Marvel. But you didn't have to. You could have called it Gygax, and Gygax, or whatever. But you did. You chose TSR. So I gotta think somebody there in the little brain trust knew. Just like what you read what Gygax said today is either you knew that there was gonna be a response based upon how you phrase that, or you're an idiot. And I don't think you're that much of an idiot. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they had no clue. And maybe Mr. Gygax had no clue what would come out of what he said today. And maybe the TSR folks had absolutely no clue that this would be as big a thing. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. It's possible they could have had no idea of how just quickly the fan base of this hobby gets all their panties in an uproar over the simplest thing. And so to explain it, you just have to go back to what I said at the beginning. TSR means something. People feel they have some ownership in that name. People feel that there are expectations that the company has to live up to that name. People feel that you need to do this because you're calling yourselves TSR, and I want my nostalgia back. I want my childhood back. I want the game that I played 25 years ago to come back. Which, of course, is impossible because people have changed and the world has changed. So there is some sense of ownership that's related to this word. And if you're wondering why the craziness is so crazy, it's because TSR has expectations attached to it, both positive and negative. And you got to think those guys knew that there was going to be responses. Because literally, it's been every day that I've had something to say about this. It's writing itself. And I'm not even planning on buying any of their stuff. But I mean, how can I not talk about it? It's a never-ending loop of news. If I don't talk about it, but if I do talk about it, it gets me clicks, and it gets them attention, which gets me clicks. And even if people say negative shit like, "Oh, you could have spent 5 minutes researching," it's like, no, I don't have to. It's literally Critical Role all over again. I don't have to say anything. I can just say TSR, and you will come to your own conclusions. I can just say Critical Role, and you will come to your own conclusions. It doesn't matter what I say. These guys just have to use the name TSR. They don't have to actually produce anything. They just occasionally have to remind people they're TSR, and it's going to produce continued weirdness like it has. So there you go. They're in the news again. They said something stupid. Was it intentional? Was it accidental? It was a very unusual choice on the part of the individual who said it. And so, yeah, I'm thinking intentional. I think they got to know. They got to know. They got to know how. I mean, every time we say the word TSR, they're making money, people. Hand over fist. All right, Jim, that one's for you. I'm your Grumpy Guy to all things gaming. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you think I should shut up, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 500 subs by August 4th. Shout out to Grim Jim. I hope I can be as cool as him when I grow up. Till next time, stay warm, stay dry, stay awesome, stay happy, stay hydrated, stay off my land. I'll talk to you later, Steve.